That's right. I'm ranking the Friday the 13th movies. I've been promising this for the past 3 years, and I decided this year I'm finally going to deliver. It's going to be great, guys. Trust me, it's going to be awesome. So just sit back, relax, and check out my ranking of Friday the 13th. Whether you agree or not, this is my ranking, so let's get on with this ranking, shall we? At the very bottom of the list, we got Friday the 13th Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. Yep, what can I say about this movie that not only a lot of other people said, but I have said in my very own review when I reviewed it 3 years ago. This movie has no good kills except for one. It doesn't deliver on its title until the final act of the movie. I mean, Kane Hodder's good as Jason, but that's all it really has to offer. Oh yeah, and that guy getting decapitated with just a single punch. That was pretty cool, but yeah, this movie's boring. It doesn't live up to its title. The kills suck. And the musical score it just leaves a lot to be desired too. At number 11, we got Jason Goes to Hell. The movie where the only good things it has to offer is some really good gore, if you watch the unrated cut, some really good kills, and a few neat Easter eggs from other horror films. Other than that, this movie offers a clusterfuck of a story that doesn't make any sense. It tries to establish things, tries to make you believe things that are canon in this franchise that have never been established in any previous movie. Like this guy who somehow knows everything about Jason and how to defeat him, and yet this is the first time this has ever been brought up. Like, how are we supposed to buy this? And then, not only that, the lack of Jason. This is another movie that does not deliver on the title. You never see Jason going to hell, except with Jason being dragged down there and Freddy Krueger grabbing his fucking mask down there. But yeah, you never see him in hell. And he's barely in the movie. Jason only has maybe 8 minutes of screen time in this whole movie. Maybe 10 minutes if that's being generous. Other than that, yeah, besides some good kills and gore, this movie is not good. It is not a good addition to this franchise. And yeah, I mean, if you like this movie, more power to you. But yeah, it's not a good Friday the 13th movie in my opinion. Jason X is a movie that's good if you're watching when you're not sober. But when you are sober, wow, it's not good. It has some of the worst effects ever put to screen. There's a couple of good kills in this movie, and when Uber Jason shows up at the end of the movie, it's actually kind of entertaining, but everything else, it just kind of looks like a sci-fi channel movie. Or in Canada, where I am, we used to have this channel called Space, and you'd see shows like Stargate Atlantis and shit like that. The effects in this movie, and even the musical score, and Harry Manfredini did the score for this movie too, which is kind of insane because even the musical score sounds like a score you would hear on shows like that on the Space Channel. Yeah. And yeah, this movie has the look of one of those shows. It's very cheap looking. The performances range from either hilarious to kind of like really obnoxiously bad. And Jason's design for most of the movie, it looks like shit. But yeah, other than a couple of good kills, this movie is kind of a failure. It's very entertaining and fun if you're high or drunk, so if you do get some enjoyment out of this movie, please don't be sober when watching it. You'll have a better time. Now we're getting into the installments of the franchise that I actually really like, starting with, at number 9, Friday the 13th Part 7, The New Blood. Yes, even though it's ranked pretty low in this ranking, I actually really do like this movie. I think it has a great final act. Jason versus that knockoff Carrie, I thought was so entertaining and so destructive, and I loved it. Plus, seeing Jason's mask come off and revealing his face with all that pus and rotting flesh coming out. Ooh, that is some great stuff there. The only thing is, yes, the kills are good in this movie. There's some really good kills. It's just too bad the MPAA butchered the shit out of this movie. If you look at the deleted scenes for this movie, I mean, I know a lot of people pointed this out, and I have the Blu-ray, so I can look at the special features at any given time. The kills in this movie were originally so gory and so good. And I mean, the kills are still good in this movie, but man, just if they had not cut out the gore in this movie would have been much higher on the list. But that being said, it is an entertaining movie. It's fun. You get to see, this is my favorite Kane Hodder Jason movie. That's for damn sure. Yeah, it's still an entertaining watch. It's got that nice atmosphere. It's got that nice Friday the 13th charm. It is an entertaining movie. It's just that the butchering of the kills just put this so much lower on the list, in my opinion. But yeah, it's a good, solid Friday the 13th movie overall. Next up on the ranking is the original Friday the 13th, taking up the number 8 spot. Yep, get your pitchforks and torches ready, because I know a lot of people would have this much higher in their ranking. And don't get me wrong, I do enjoy the original Friday the 13th. It's got some great shit. It's got some great gore effects from Tom Savini. The makeup effects are great. I like some of the performances in this movie, including Betsy Palmer as Pamela Voorhees. I thought she was terrific. The final act of this movie is thrilling and very tension-filled. The only thing about this movie that has me ranking it lower on the list is the pacing. This movie is slow, as I've mentioned in my review. It does have scenes that could have been trimmed heavily, like including the final girl making coffee in full real time. Wow. But that being said, yeah, it is a fun slasher. It's got some great stuff. I like the POV shots of Pamela going after her victims. The whole Jason backstory is great. And you know something? Without this movie, we wouldn't have had this whole franchise to begin with. So I do appreciate the original Friday the 13th very much. Like I said, it's got some great kills, got some great makeup and gore, because Tom Savini, he's a fucking legend. It's just some pacing issues that really prevents me from putting this a lot higher. It is a good movie, but it's definitely not my favorite in the franchise like it is for some other people. At the number 7 spot, we got Friday the 13th Part 5, A New Beginning. This movie is exploitation movie heaven. Yes, it's not the greatest Friday the 13th movie ever. I mean, everybody would agree this is not the best Friday the 13th movie, and I know a lot of people who hate this movie. And I hated it too when I first saw it, because no fucking Jason. But you know what? After rewatch, and I also pointed this out in my review for this movie is entertaining because of how wacky it is, how funny it is, and just how unapologetically sleazy this movie is. I saw this movie for the first time when I was about 12 years old, and at that time I just didn't know how to appreciate the sleaziness of this movie. I mean, even then I liked how much fucking tits and ass were in this movie. But yeah, now I definitely appreciate that, and I love just how unapologetic it is about it. This movie throws in nudity at any fucking given opportunity, and it just does it with a big grin on its face, and I absolutely respect this movie for that. And also, this movie is actually really fast-paced. This movie flies right by. And also, this movie's hilarious. There's a lot of great humor in this movie. Fuck, the first actual death in this movie is not even by the killer, and it comes out of nowhere. And it is hilarious. It is so funny. Like, this movie has a great sense of humor like that, and I really do enjoy this movie in that regard. It is one hell of a good horror comedy. I mean, I don't know if this movie was really trying to go for a lot of comedy, but if it was, props to them. They did a good job. I do love Friday the 13th Part 5 just for its entertainment value and just how funny it is. Even though it might lack in good kills, because a lot of the vast majority of the kills in this movie are off screen, almost no gore to be found here. But man, this movie does a lot of other shit to make up for it. So yeah, I do like part 5 quite a bit. At number 6, we got Friday the 13th, part 3. Now you may be wondering, why the fuck do I have part 3 ranked higher than the original? Well, I do think this is a more entertaining movie. Well, I think the original is technically a better movie than part 3, but yeah, part 3 is definitely more entertaining. It's got those flashy 3D effects that add to its charm. The acting is so bad, it's hilarious. I absolutely I found a lot of the acting in this movie to be quite funny. The kills are really good in this movie. And plus, it's the movie where Jason dons his hockey mask for the first time, so this is a pretty significant installment in the franchise anyway. Just overall, I think Friday the 13th Part 3 is a perfectly entertaining and very campy installment in this franchise. I love campy movies, and as far as campiness goes, this is probably the best installment. I will say if this movie had more nudity, it would have been ranked higher. This movie could have used some 3D titties. That's all I have to say. Kicking off the top 5 is Freddy vs. Jason. Yeah, this movie kicks ass. This movie has awesome fights, great gore. Robert Englund is terrific in his final performance as Freddy Krueger. Jason is great in this movie. He's badass. Some of the kill sequences feel like action sequences too. This movie is just pure fun from start to finish. Yeah, this movie has some really atrocious acting from some of its cast members, but I can look past that when this movie is just so fucking entertaining. I love Freddy vs. Jason. It is just the crossover to beat all horror crossovers. I don't think we'll ever see a movie like this again, and that's kind of a shame because, man, imagine the potential for some horror crossovers. This movie did it, and it did it really well. I can't say enough about Freddy vs. Jason about just how fucking awesome it is. At number 4, we got Friday the 13th, 2009. And I bet some of you all may have been wondering where this would be on my ranking, and I know some people will really disagree with me on this one, but guess who gives a fuck? Not me. This movie is entertaining. It's back to basics. It's Jason back on Crystal Lake doing his thing, and this time he's more intimidating. He's got more skills when it comes to his kill tactics. It's fucking awesome. Yes, this movie may have some very deeply unlikable characters, but at least most of them die. So there's that. And plus, I love this movie's tone. I thought the tone actually worked pretty well. And yes, I may prefer like the old-fashioned 1980s summer camp slasher vibes of the original 8 films. But you know what? I thought this movie worked too. I thought the directing was good. The acting's actually surprisingly really good for the most part. The kills are great. Jason's awesome. And man, does this movie have nudity in spades. Yeah. And yeah, this 2009 movie, I really like it. I always like this movie. I don't give a fuck what people think. I think it's a really enjoyable enjoyable reboot. And yeah, here's my hot take. I mean, you already knew I liked this movie from when I reviewed it back in 2022 during my very first 31 Days of Spooks. But yeah, I do really enjoy the 2009 movie, and I'm glad it's kind of getting a cult following, because yeah, I think this movie's overhated. At number 3, we got Friday the 13th Part 2. Yes, Part 2, I really fucking love. I think it does what the first movie tried to do and really perfected it. It's got a better pace. I like its grittier tone. I thought this was a really strong debut for Jason. Even though he doesn't don his hockey mask, he's just wearing like a gunny sack on his head, but still really good. The kills are great, especially the fucking machete to the face. Yeah, that was terrific. And then just him going down those stairs with the machete in his face, like on the wheelchair. yeah, that was just a really nice touch. And yeah, I like the characters more in this one. I think Ginny is one of the best final girls ever. Not only in Friday, I think she is the best final girl in Friday the 13th, but she's also one of the best final girls in slasher movie history. I mean, she broke the rules of the slasher movie and still got to live at the end. That is just badass as far as I'm concerned. And plus points for full frontal nudity as well. Yeah, you get to see a chick full frontal in this one, so extra points for that. My number 2 is Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives. This movie is fucking awesome. It's got everything. It's got action. It's got comedy. It's got a great fucking soundtrack. It's got awesome kills. Seriously, the kills in this movie are great. You get a heart getting punched out of someone's chest. You got a triple decapitation. You got someone being folded in half. This movie's awesome. It's fucking awesome. It's one of the best. It's my second favorite Friday the 13th movie for a reason. This movie is just entertaining from beginning to end. It's fast-paced. It's funny. It's got great kills. Jason is awesome as ever. Fuck, his intro is a parody of James Bond during the opening credits. Need I say more? Friday the 13th Part 6, it earns its spot at number 2 just for every single thing I mentioned. It's an awesome Friday the 13th movie. If you haven't seen any of the Friday the 13th movies, and trust me, you do not have to watch them in order. You don't have to see like parts. You don't have to see the original just to see this one. You can just go right into this one and you'll have a blast. It's awesome. And my number 1 is, of course, Friday the 13th, the final chapter. This, in my opinion, is a perfect slasher movie. It's brutal, bloody, it's got nudity galore. It actually has very likable characters. That's one thing Part 6 had as well, but this one in particular actually has some very likable characters. Throughout this movie, I actually enjoyed hanging out. It felt like I was actually hanging out with these characters. It felt real to me, and honestly, you actually do care when some of them die. So there's that. And yeah, the kills are fantastic in this movie, and they are brutal. Jason is merciless in this movie, and I loved it. Man, you got the bone saw kill right at the beginning when the guy gets his throat cut and then has his head twisted around. You got Marty McFly's dad getting a fucking corkscrew jammed right into his hand and then getting a meat cleaver to the face. Then, of course, there's Jason's death for himself. God damn, that is Tom Savini just doing his job, man. Tom Savini really showed up to work for this one. The death of Jason in this movie is gnarly, and I loved it. This whole movie is just entertaining, and you got a really charming performance from Corey Feldman here. It's awesome. Friday the 13th, the final chapter, is well-paced. It's got bloody kills. It's brutal. It's got great characters. The performances are actually pretty solid. It's everything you want in a slasher movie. It's fucking awesome. Absolutely. Friday the 13th, the final chapter, in my opinion, is the best Friday the 13th movie. Absolutely, for sure. And yeah, it's one of my favorite slasher movies of all time. This movie is just the embodiment of why I love this franchise. And there you have it, my ranking of the Friday the 13th movies. It's finally here. So anyways, I hope you enjoy my list. Feel free to do your rankings in the comments if you wish. Anyways, next year, during my 31 Days of Spooks, I'll do my ranking of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies next, so absolutely look forward to that next year. Anyways, stay tuned for my last 2 reviews of 31 Days of Spooks, and yeah, see you all in this special next year.